Hey everyone, and welcome back to Real English Conversation, part of the English with Speak Smart podcast. I'm Jane.
And I'm Lucy. So glad you're joining us today. You know, Jane, there's one area of English that I think learners often find incredibly tricky, but it's also absolutely essential for sounding natural.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Phrasal verbs, right? They're like little linguistic puzzles sometimes, aren't they?
Exactly! They're everywhere. You can't have a natural conversation in English without encountering them or even using them yourself. I mean, think about it. Put off, take off, turn down, get over. The list just goes on and on.
Absolutely, and today we wanted to dive into some of those really essential phrasal verbs that you hear daily, that you'll use daily, and help demystify them a little bit. We might not get to 50, but we'll definitely give you a solid foundation.
Definitely. Let's start with a really common one, come up with. Jane, what does it mean to come up with something?
Come up with means to think of an idea, a plan, or a solution. For example, I need to come up with a brilliant idea for our next podcast episode. Or, did you come up with a good solution to that problem at work?
Perfect. It's so versatile. You could also say, they came up with a new marketing strategy. It's not just about ideas, but also plans, names, or even money if you're talking about finding it. Like, he needs to come up with the rent by Friday.
Oh, that's a good one. I hadn't even thought of that usage. See, even native speakers are always finding new nuances. How about get over? That's another really important one, I think, especially for emotions.
Yes, get over is huge. It means to recover from something, like an illness, a difficult experience, or a breakup. It took her a long time to get over the flu. Or, more emotionally, he's finding it hard to get over his ex-girlfriend.
Right, it implies a process of healing or moving past something. You can't just get over something instantly usually, it takes time. And it's used so much in daily conversation, isn't it? I can't believe she got over that so quickly.
Totally. It's one of those that makes you sound genuinely empathetic or understanding. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. How about look forward to?
Look forward to means to anticipate something with pleasure. It's often used when you're ending a letter or email, but it's also common in conversation. I'm really looking forward to our vacation next month.
And remember, it's looking forward to doing something, so you need the ing form of the verb after to, like I'm looking forward to seeing you, not I'm looking forward to see you.
That's such a common mistake. Thank you for pointing that out, Lucy. It's one of those tricky grammatical points that phrasal verbs throw at us. Another good one is turn down.
Oh, turn down has a couple of meanings, doesn't it? The most common is to refuse an offer or request. I had to turn down the job offer because it wasn't the right fit. Or, she turned down his invitation to the party.
And the other meaning is to reduce the volume or intensity of something. Could you please turn down the music? It's too loud. Or, turn down the heat, it's getting a bit warm in here.
Exactly. Context is key with phrasal verbs, isn't it? You really have to listen to the rest of the sentence to understand which meaning is intended. It's rarely ambiguous, though.
Usually not, which is helpful. Okay, what's next? How about put off?
Oh, put off. That's a verb I'm personally very familiar with sometimes, unfortunately. It means to postpone something, to delay it until a later time. Don't put off doing your homework until the last minute.
Haha, I think we've all been guilty of putting things off. You can also use it in a slightly different sense, meaning to deter someone or make them dislike something. The long wait really put me off visiting that restaurant again.
That's a great second meaning. So, the smell of that food really put me off eating lunch. It means it made you lose your appetite or desire for it. Again, two very useful meanings.
It just shows you how rich these little combinations are. It's like they pack so much meaning into two tiny words. And speaking of packing, how about pick up?
Pick up is another multifaceted one. The most obvious is to lift something from the ground, like, please pick up your clothes from the floor. But it also means to collect someone, like, can you pick me up from the airport?
Or to learn something quickly or informally. I picked up some Spanish phrases when I was traveling in Mexico. That's a super common usage, especially for language learners.
Yes, it really is. And also, to improve or increase, business is really picking up now that summer has arrived. So many uses for just two words.
It's incredible. And the opposite of pick up in the sense of collecting someone would be drop off, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Drop off means to take someone or something to a place and leave them there. I'll drop off the kids at school on my way to work. Or, could you drop off this package at the post office?
Super useful for daily logistics. So we've got come up with, get over, look forward to, turn down, put off, pick up, drop off. That's a good start, right?
A very good start. Let's talk about something that happens often in life, cancellations. The phrasal verb for that is call off.
Call off means to cancel something. They had to call off the football match because of the heavy rain. Or, the company called off the meeting at the last minute.
Yeah, it's more common than just saying cancel sometimes, especially in speech. We had to call off the picnic because it started pouring down.
Exactly. It just sounds more natural. Another one that comes to mind, unfortunately, is breakdown.
Oh no, breakdown. That means a machine or vehicle stops working. My car broke down on the highway and I had to call for help. It's never a fun experience.
Definitely not, but it also has an emotional meaning, doesn't it? To lose emotional control and start crying.
Yes, she broke down in tears when she heard the news. That's a powerful one. It really conveys that sense of overwhelming emotion. So, again, context is key, but the meaning is clear.
It really is. Let's move to something a bit more positive, or at least less dramatic. How about workout?
Workout is fantastic because it has multiple great uses. Firstly, to exercise. I try to work out at the gym 3 times a week. That's a super common one.
And then there's the meaning of to resolve a problem or to calculate something. I hope everything works out for you, meaning I hope everything resolves positively. Or, can you work out the total cost of these items?
Yes, it all worked out in the end. What a relief to say that. And you can also use it for relationships. We tried to make it work, but our relationship just didn't work out.
That's a really good point. It's used a lot in that context. So, workout is incredibly versatile and definitely an essential one. Next, let's talk about bring up. Bring up also has a couple of meanings. One is to mention a topic in conversation. I didn't want to bring up the subject of his past mistakes. Or, she brought up a really interesting point during the meeting. And the other is to raise a child. My grandparents brought me up after my parents moved abroad. It's a very different meaning, but equally common.
It is, and both are so deeply ingrained in everyday English. It's really interesting how 2 simple words can create such different images depending on the context. How about look up?
Look up is fantastic for language learners. It means to search for information, especially in a dictionary, book, or online. If you don't know the word, you should look it up in the dictionary.
And you can also look up to someone, which means to admire or respect them. I really look up to my older sister. She's accomplished so much. It's a slightly different structure, but related to look.
Ah, that's a good distinction. So just look up for information, but look up to for admiration. Very clear. Okay, what about run out of?
Run out of means to have no more of something. Oh no, we've run out of milk. I need to go to the store. Or, I've run out of patience with this situation.
That's a very relatable one. We've all run out of something at some point, essential for talking about daily supplies. And speaking of running, how about run into?
Run into means to meet someone unexpectedly, or to encounter a problem. I ran into my old school friend at the supermarket yesterday. Or, we ran into some difficulties with the project. Both are super common.
Both very useful. So it's not literally about running, it's about an unexpected encounter or issue. That's a good point to make about phrasal verbs generally. They often don't have a literal meaning related to the verb itself.
Absolutely. That's why they're so tricky, but also why they're so powerful. You can't guess the meaning of put off from put and off. You just have to learn the whole phrase.
Precisely. Which brings us to a good point for learners. Don't try to break them down word by word. Learn them as whole units, as if they were single words themselves. And in context.
Definitely in context. Don't just memorize lists. Try to see how they're used in sentences, in movies, in songs, in conversations. That's how they'll stick.
Yeah, like hold on. What does hold on mean, Lucy?
Hold on means to wait, often briefly. Hold on a second, I need to grab my keys. Or, could you hold on while I transfer your call?
Super common, especially on the phone. And another one that's a bit similar in its general feel of stopping something is give up.
Ah, give up. That means to stop trying or to surrender.
Don't give up on your dreams.
That's a classic inspiring one. Or, I couldn't solve the puzzle, so I gave up.
And also to stop a habit. He finally gave up smoking after 20 years. That's a huge one for health-related discussions.
That's a very positive use of give up, I suppose. So, give up trying or give up a habit. Both equally important to know.
Indeed. We've gone through quite a few already. We've got come up with, get over, look forward to, turn down, put off, pick up, drop off, call off, break down, work out, bring up, look up, run out of, run into, hold on, and give up.
Wow, that's already a significant number of super useful phrasal verbs. If you can master these, your English will sound so much more natural and fluent. These are truly used every single day.
They really are. And it's not just about understanding them, it's about actively trying to incorporate them into your own speech. Start with 1 or 2 new ones a week. Try to use them in context.
Absolutely. Maybe practice by journaling or having a mini conversation with yourself in the shower. What did I run into today? What am I looking forward to this week?
That's a fantastic idea. Or even just paying attention when you're watching a movie or listening to music. You'll suddenly notice how frequently these phrasal verbs pop up.
They're everywhere once you start listening for them. It's like a secret code to natural English that once you crack, you can't unhear it.
Exactly. And don't get discouraged if you don't get over the confusion immediately. It takes time and consistent exposure. Just don't give up.
Great advice, Jane. And remember, this is just a starting point. There are many more phrasal verbs, but these are truly the foundation for daily conversation. Once you pick up these, you'll feel much more confident.
Absolutely. So, challenge yourself this week. Try to actively listen for and use some of the phrasal verbs we discussed today. Let us know how it works out for you.
We'd love to hear about it. Thank you so much for tuning in to Real English Conversation, part of the English with Speak Smart podcast. We're looking forward to chatting with you all again next time.
Yes, thanks for joining us. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Bye.